Hey guys, it's Adrian, and I am finally doing an update after a couple weeks of hiatus. And uh, yeah, not my best weigh-in. In fact, it's my worst weigh-in. Since April of last year, pretty much, I have not really gained a lot, or I've had very few until October, even like midpoints, like just breaking even zeros. The month of December is apparently my kryptonite because I have been taking advantage of the holiday food and eating out and just kind of sinking into old habits and lots of just doing stuff and not the stuff that I need to be doing. So sadly, I am reporting a weight of 269, which means I gained 6 pounds. Not so happy about that. But at least I guess I didn't get back to the 270s, and it could be worse. Part of me thinks that maybe it deserved to be worse, but I'm not complaining. Um, and because I'm recognizing the pattern of falling into old habits and just kind of, oh, I'm busy, let's just pick something up and yeah, let's supersize that because I want the big drink, and then stupid decisions. You know what I mean? Like, they're stupid decisions, and it's just you're busy and don't care at the time, or you're not thinking about it and you think about it later. So, that is what it is. When I started this back in April, I did pretty much no calorie counting. In fact, I still want to avoid calorie counting. However, I recognize that I do need to keep track of what I eat. And while kind of just paying attention, making good choices does work for me, it clearly has. What I'm going to do is I kind of want to, if possible, bump up the weight loss a little bit, maybe to a guaranteed 2 pounds, or nothing is guaranteed in life, but closer to 2 pounds a week than 1 to 2. 3 would be fantastic, but rarely happens, kind of a thing. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-plan what I can have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is going to remain a little more open, but I am going to actually work with sparkpeople.com recipes and figure out what the calorie cost, I guess, is for some of my dinners, because I know some of them aren't healthy, and I'm not necessarily worried about that as long as I can keep the portion and the calories within a set limit. My goal is midpoint of about 1,500 calories. I don't really want to go too far under that or hugely over that. Also, my big, big fallback is weekends. I'm terrible. It's like any kind of like, if during the week I have a schedule, I have a work schedule, and I therefore keep to a schedule of eating as well. But I've had a lot of time off, which probably hasn't helped me here lately, and just the holidays and the yada yada yada. But I need to do this, and I need to do it on the weekends too. So I'm not saying never go out, never, do that. I still plan on living my life. That means on my birthday, there is a chance of birthday cake. But I don't want to fall into my old habits and return to my old lifestyle because I'm a lot happier at a lower weight. And I would like to lose weight again instead of continue to gain it all back. So I think my plan is solid. What I'm planning on doing, as I said before I got rambling off, is plan out like 4 or 5 meals per day, what I can have for breakfast, what I can have for lunch, and then I can switch them all out. So if I'm in the office, that's really simple. I have the same thing every time. It is a sandwich and some veggies or something. So that isn't going to be too hard for me. But I work at home a couple days a week, and that gets kind of dicey because then I'm like, oh, I don't have a good concept of time when I work at home, and it'll be like I log in for the morning, and then suddenly I'm like, God, I'm hungry, and it's 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. or sometimes even 4 p.m. and I'm like, why am I so hungry? Oh, but it's all well and good, but I need to control that. Like, one of my coworkers actually set a timer for his eating. He's on a very regimented diet of chicken and rice, which I don't think I'm going quite that boring, but um, I need some restrictions, especially if I want to continue to not count calories. So I need to be kind of aware of what's in the meal, have it all portioned out, and have my one of 4 choices or whatever during the week. I don't don't need a huge variety. And then if I do want to go out for dinner on the weekend, I'm just not gonna sweat that too much. Because especially if I keep the late night snacking under control, which is my biggest problem. I'm serious. Like it's just I go and I become a carb fiend after 8 p.m. I don't know what it is. I mean, just like, I want chips. I want bread. I want popcorn. I mean, I don't get it. But when I started this back in April, I pretty much just didn't snack, and that worked extremely well right until I stopped following that rule. And while I do kind of want to get back into that rule, I also work out at night. So instead of that, what I'm going to plan is I'm actually going to plan in a late snack. So 8, 9 p.m. So I know I don't necessarily need to eat around then, but I figure a few carrots, half an apple, and a tablespoon of hummus, and that's not such a bad snack. It's not going to put me over the edge, and if I measure out the hummus, it's not going to go crazy. I mean, honestly, the whole package of hummus isn't that crazy. I don't think I've ever eaten an entire package of hummus before, but I don't want to start either. So I think the measuring out and knowing that everything I'm choosing is within my calorie range, I think is really going to help me stay on track, because I need to stay on track. And I think if I simplify it and just calculate it all out and then not think about it, because all I have to do is make one of my 5 choices, then we're good. And then I know a lot of suggestions are not to make your dinner your biggest meal of the day, but mine always is. Jared and I's schedule just is really kind of funky, so it's the only meal of the day where we ever pretty much get together and have dinner. And I am going to use Spark People recipes to actually calculate out some of those recipes, because I know some of them are horrible. Like, ugh, horrible. But I've been working on making them a little healthier, and I also want to figure out a portion control, because if I still have the Alfredo, but I only have a portion of it as opposed to a giant freaking bowl of it, I might be able to make that work and keep the household happy. I don't have to worry too much about leftovers, because Jared's really pretty good at leftovers, and a lot of the stuff that I make is leftovers. People like as leftovers. I'm not big on leftovers personally, but yeah. The other thing that I kind of plan on doing is I make some pretty low-fat meatballs. It's meatloaf, but I eventually just put it into a ball format because it's hard to get the crap out of the muffin tin. I got tired of washing it. It's just easier to do instead of doing an individual meatloaf muffin, to do just a meatball. I can portion out the size. I can portion out, like, I can weigh it. I can also, they happen to freeze very well, so I can make a bunch of them, just let them sit on a cookie sheet in the freezer long enough to kind of get hard, stick them in a plastic bag, or even into like 3 per bag or something like that, 3 or 4 per bag. And then if I don't want to cook, all I have to do is pull them out of the freezer, stick them on a cookie sheet, and warm them up pretty much. Well, they're not cooked ahead of time, but just cook them. There's no prep, there's no mess, there's nothing. It's pretty easy. So my goal is to be a little bit better about planning, a little bit less on the seat of my pants, and make sure that I have the healthy choices, because I know how to do this. I do. I'm not always very good at it. I have high points and I have low points, but I need to get back on track, and now, not later. So I've been pretty good about the water. So I kind of got into these. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see if you can see them. They're doTERRA. This has really helped me with my water. This one's lemon. I like the lemon a whole lot. I put a few drops in my water, and like a water bottle, or I just have some, I reuse some of the Voss ones, bottles, the plastic bottles. I figure, I can use them for a while, and then I recycle them and get a new one. So, whatever. But it surprises me how much adding something like lemon, a couple drops of lemon oil to my water has helped me stay on track with the water because um, last week and a half notwithstanding, because the last week and a half I have just gone off the deep end with soda again. It is my kryptonite, but this I don't know whether I'm going to replace them. I'm not outlawing caffeine in my life because I'm just not. I am not tackling that beast yet. But the goal is to lower the amount of soda again back to a reasonable level, like a cup or two in the morning, and then after afternoon, you're done. I sleep better if I just don't have the caffeine. Which is funny because I don't notice the caffeine. Like when I drink a lot of caffeine, I don't really notice. But I don't really need it. I just like it. So, and I can't do the Crystal Light things. They give me a headache. Like if I have 2 or 3 of the packets of Crystal Light, not the energy kind, just the regular kind, there's something about the sweetener, even though I think it's the same sweetener that's in diet soda, that just, it's just, I feel crappy. So I don't do them. And don't have that with this. It's just natural lemon. It's doTERRA. My sister sells it, and I decided to support my sister. I don't know if I've already talked about this or not, but I don't have it in here. No, I don't have it in here. But I get horrible leg cramps. That has been my biggest problem with working out, because when I work out and I actually push it the way I need to be pushing it, I get the worst leg cramps. I mean, sometimes I get them when I'm working out. More than likely, I'm going to be woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning with screaming leg pain and hobbling all over the place for half an hour. And I take a vitamin, I take supplements, I don't like leg cramps, so I have learned to deal with it. Doctors just think I'm crazy, so I just figure it's part of being me, and there's not much I can do about it. However, I'm a freaking poster child now, I guess. But I got a roll on doTERRA. It's Deep Blue. It's called Deep Blue. But I've tried everything. We're talking BioFreeze, Icy Hot, hot packs, cold packs, walking it off. Walking it off is the best one so far. But I tried some of the Deep Blue on it, and it was like instant relief. I had 3 days ago I worked out. Well, it was more than 3 days ago, I guess. I worked out more than that, but I haven't had any leg cramps. I've been really, really trying to keep hydrated. But shooting leg cramps up the front of my legs, and I consider those to be the worst. The worst. And I put some Deep Blue on it, and like by the time I put my leg down from the tub, because my tub is near my counter in my master bathroom, the cramp was fading. These usually take 20 minutes to walk off. And it's just painful. And then if I don't get to it fast enough, like I don't get rid of it fast enough, then my legs hurt for days. Like I've done powerlifting in the freaking gym. So, to me, this is a limiting thing. And I have not found a product for me that works like the Deep Blue. Like I am a customer for freaking life. Between the lemon and the Deep Blue, yeah. It's a little pricey, but I don't care. I mean, maybe that sounds stupid, but I have never found a product that works like that for me. So for working out, that seems like it's going to be a miracle for me, because I need to push it a little harder. I need to be a little more consistent. I just need to do better about everything, right? Because I've just been slacking since October. It's like I went to Omaha and the whole lifestyle change just went in my head, and I just have kind of faded back to my normal behavior or my previous behavior. And I want to get back on the normal because I'm not giving up. So, yeah. And I know this is 14 minutes, so for those of you who are still watching, you rock. But I also got my butterflies up again. They're different butterflies. I got them from Etsy. I put a link to the store down there in the comments, but I love these things. The plastic ones on eBay were cheaper, like a lot cheaper. But these are paper, and they're just using like command putty on the back of them, but they stay up. I like them. I was determined to have butterflies in here. I mean, I don't think you understand. Like, I decided to have the butterflies as kind of a whim, and I got the butterflies from eBay. They were kind of a hard vinyl plastic, and then I can't get them to stay up. And the ones that did stay up kind of fell over on their side, and then when I took them off, pulled the paint off too. So these do not do this. These are lighter. I tested it in my downstairs powder room first. I'll do a picture of that sometime. Probably not today because this is getting crazy. But they stay. I left them up there for a month almost before. I got them like right before the holidays. I guess it's only been a couple weeks, but I have no concept of time. None. Whatever. But I got them and I finally put them up here because not one fell off the wall. Not one. So at this point, it's just kind of I will have butterflies. And I went a little berserk. As you can see, I've got a crap load of them back there, but I like them. I think they're kind of fun and whimsical, and it's my house and my pink couch, so there you go. I'm going to do what I want. I'm an adult. And apparently crazy colors, and I've entered into my design scheme. Yeah, so my sister saw my house for the first time, and she walked in my bathroom. She's like, whoa, I really like this color, but I wouldn't do that. And that's kind of the comment that everyone gets. I'm not very good at picking paint swatches, so when I did pick the purple, it was one thing, and then when I opened the can, I'm like, holy Easter egg, purple. I mean, it is purple, bright purple, and it's Jared's favorite color. It's hilarious. So it all works out. My bathroom downstairs is kind of a tealy blue. It's very bright. This is not bright. This is probably my favorite gray I found so far. But someday, I will have an entirely decorated house. And then I can start over and do it again. I figure that's how it'll work. But, well, I'm pretty happy that I'm finally getting stuff decorated and finished. And I didn't get as much done for the holidays as I wanted, because when everyone was visiting, I really wanted to have everything painted, because I moved in last March, and then here it is getting closer to March, and I haven't painted my whole house. I'm getting closer, though. So, small steps, I guess, gives me something to do when I get super bored and need a project, or I need Jared to do a project. That's the key right there. But I think the yard is next. I want to do some raised planters, and I'm not sure if the fig is dead or just lost its leaves for the winter. We'll find out in the spring. If it dies, it's gone. Not real fond of that stupid thing. It's been really hard to keep it alive. But my orange trees, I'm gonna have fresh oranges soon. My mom got me a juicer for Christmas. Pretty happy about that. And my lemon has one sad lemon, one hanging down on a branch with no leaves because the chickens have eaten leaves. So yeah, and I have one tangelo. We took one off to see if it was ripe. It wasn't. And now I'm like waiting for that thing to get ready, because the lady at the nursery really sold it up. So I kind of want to see if it's good or not. I don't know if it is. Anyway, we're approaching 20 minutes here, so I'm going to end this thing. But I hope you are all having a fantastic week, and thank you for listening to my very long post. I look forward to watching your videos, and thank you. Bye.